Okay, finally here, running super late. I just got to the Goodwater Loop. It's the first time hiking this loop. I wanted to take you along with me. This is going to be just a shakedown hike today. So testing out my winter loadout for this year. As you can see, it is not really winter today in Central Texas. It is currently around 75 degrees and it feels more like 80. When I was planning this route, it was going to be more like the mid-50s, so this is definitely warmer than I was expecting. I actually just threw on my shorts, stuffed my pants in an outside pocket, so we're just going to make this work today. Have a few extra things that I wasn't initially planning on bringing. Since this is not a state park, I'm going to be able to fly my drone today. Also hoping to do some astrophotography. So running out of daylight, sun is setting in about 2.5 hours, so I'm going to hit the trail, put the pack on, and let's get going. All right, there we're parked. Now let's go to the trail. Yeah, so because this is a shakedown, it's only going to be about 4.5 miles, I think, to the campsite I'm shooting for. It's going to be some rough terrain though, so it's probably going to take me a while. That's why I'm worried that I started a little late today. I was hoping to get started by before 2:30. It's 3, so hopefully I'm not setting up my tent in the dark, but if I am, plenty of lights. It just will be a pain in the ass. Been getting into bike packing lately. This stuff would be pretty challenging on my gravel bike. I think you'd probably need a fat bike or at least a full suspension mountain bike just to make all this happen. I mean, just look how technical that is. Like all this stuff. Or go flying off this little ledge here. Pinch flat. Oh, finally getting closer to the lake. Okay, first mile down of 4.5, and we're just now getting to the lake. It's beautiful, huh? It's pretty low, like every other lake in Texas, but pretty sweet. A lot of this karst limestone. See how it's been eroded by the rain? This is what our aquifers are made of, basically. Porous limestone, and lots of it. This entire escarpment, this entire region. All right, just across the 2-mile mark. It looks like I'm averaging about 25 minutes a mile, which isn't bad for this. The sun's getting a little low in the sky, as you can see. It's probably going to be a speed run to set everything up before dark. But then after that, I can chill till the, here's mile marker 2. The plan is to set up, chill, dry out, change new camp clothes, and start figuring out what celestial object I want to try and photograph tonight, because I'm going to be using the what do you call it? Oh, the composite method. I'm gonna try taking a bunch of photos of one, and then when I get back home, I will take all that data, consolidate it into one file, and then from there I can edit it and make it look beautiful. Anyway, 2.5 miles to go. Let's keep going. Brushing up against one of the property lines on the edge of the Lake Georgetown area. So this is operated by the Army Corps of Engineers, and that over there is just private land. So beautiful though. Just walked down into one of these gullies and look at all these beautiful maple trees. You know, one of these days I really need to make a trip to Lost Maples State Park. I hear that place is just gorgeous this time of year with the changing maple trees. It's really one of the only places you can see that in Central Texas, or maybe all of Texas. We don't really have fall colors like that. Anyway, I think it's beautiful. Oh my God, a water crossing. Help me, God. I'm such an idiot. Look at this little ranch situation. Someone's land, some really old cedar fence posts. I can't even talk. Really old cedar fence posts. Oh, and cows. Oh, look at those cows. What's up, dudes? Well, that's a longhorn. Beautiful. Look at that guy. My God. Look at those two. Beautiful beast. So, looks like the Crockett Garden Falls are that way. I do want to go, but I'll probably do that tomorrow just because I want to get to camp. Don't have much sun left. Gotta keep moving. Listen to that sound. Water. Okay, now this is beautiful, but it's Snake City. There's snakes everywhere here. I don't even need to ask. The trail's through there, so. Whew. Good day to wear the Gore-Tex boots. Oh, okay. Okay. Well, I could have gone a little better, but that's why we wear the waterproof boots. Oh God. Okay. This is deeper than I thought. We did have some rain recently, but it wasn't all that much. Whew. Okay. Hopefully I didn't get my boots too soaking wet there. All right. Crack on. Cedar Hollow Camp. That's where we're going. How much? 1.9. Got it. We can do that. Okay, just crossed mile 3. As I descend, I'm starting to get into some pretty deep shadows. And as I climb back up, as you can see, I'm kind of relatively in the sunlight, going back into the shade. So, been making a pretty good pace this entire time, probably too fast. Here's the 3rd mile marker. Shouts out. Feeling it. I'm moving really fast, but I just really hate, one of my pet peeves is setting up my tent in the night. So, trying to avoid that at all costs. Okay, here, wait, I need to focus on this. Okay, just hit mile 4. Definitely starting to feel it. I've been going a little too fast, but like I said, it's all for a purpose. a muddy stretch right now, but should be at the campsite in about 10 minutes. Still have, oh gosh, about 45 minutes of sunlight. So there's the fourth mile marker, but it's seen better days. I don't even see a 4 on it. Yeah, that's where I'm at. It is slow goings right now. Rough terrain, almost there. It's just now starting to cool off, down from like that 80 degrees that it was to something closer to probably 70. But anyway, let me get to camp and then I'll keep you posted. I think that's the sign. Cedar Hollow Camp. That's exactly what we want. You can hear me getting tired. I need some electrolytes. I'm starting to cramp up. Whew. 4.5 miles. Cedar Hollow Camp. Take a picture. Excellent. All right, let's find a site. Okay, I just walked an extra half mile for no reason because I can't follow signs. It's this way. All right. Look at that. There's some houses up there, but otherwise it's very quiet and looks like it's gonna be a great campground. Just need to find somewhere flat. I think no matter where I set up camp, I'm gonna be using that table tonight. That should be a pretty good tripod mount for some astro photos. That was a plane. Where are you? Well, there's a plane up there. Okay. I think this is it. I looked around a lot and I'm gonna have that table. The ground isn't super flat. I mean, it's probably like a 3 degree slope to it. But I think if I just put my head uphill, it should be fine. So I'm going to start setting up camp and freaking get my regular glasses. Okay, this is all set up. The bed is all good. Tent looking good. I keep hearing some giant bass down there. Man, I wish I brought my telescoping spinning rod, but that'll have to be next time. This is my first time at this spot, so how was I to know that there's giant behemoth bass down there? Oh man, I mean, look at that. It's just... Okay, not too sure if you can see me. Maybe I should turn my red light lamp on. So everything happened pretty quickly there. So I just kind of, I mean, it's already super dark and I'm trying to acclimate my eyes so I can take some astro photos. It's getting dark. It's probably close to 6 right now. Sunset at 5:30. So that 30-minute window, I had to really make things happen. Boiled a mountain house. I made a cup of tea. And once, here, let me get my tea so bugs don't get it. I am going to eat my meal, enjoy the silence. This is a very secluded cove. I can see some lights from like a new construction home. But honestly, if I don't look that way, I don't think about it. Pretty much everywhere else, there's lights way far over there, which I think is just Georgetown. I think I'm going to have my tea, have my food. It looks like the forecast has actually changed pretty dramatically. It's going to be into the 40s by the time I wake up tomorrow. So I'm glad that I did pack all that extra weight because I'm definitely going to need it tonight. I've already had about half of my water. I packed in 3 liters. So with the food and everything, it looks like I've dipped into the second 1.5 liter bottle. I just got these 2 big Nalgene's. But because it was so hot on the hike in, I drank way more water. And there's really not a good refill out here, which is the only downside. Obviously, I mean, in a pinch, I can boil water, but I don't want to drink the lake water out here. There could be runoff from the city, or, I mean, there's new construction right over there. God knows what's in the water now. So I'm just kind of playing it by ear. It's going to be a little while before it's dark enough to start setting up for the astro photos, but I might start setting the focus and doing that stuff. I have my candle lantern out, which I can show you here. Okay, yeah, this is my candle lantern. These things are awesome. Highly recommend them. They burn for like 8 hours, no problem. I didn't bring an extra candle for this time because I'm probably not going to be using it for much longer. Obviously, I don't want to ruin my night vision. So I got all the red lights on. Even my phone is turned to red light mode. And yeah, just enjoying it. It's cooled off pretty significantly. Right now it is 63 degrees, and like I said, it was almost 80 earlier, so temperature's falling real quick. Looks like by 4 or 5 a.m. it's gonna dip into the 40s, so glad I have my 20-degree bag. I should be nice and toasty, got a nice sleeping pad. Just gotta eat my food. Got chicken teriyaki mountain house, my favorite. I'll let you know when I set up for astro photos. All right, quick update. Ran into an issue. The main problem is that, well, it's my fault. I haven't had to think about the dew point all year because it's been summer. It's been 105 degrees every day. Yeah, it's been humid, but I mean, there's really no dew point risk because the dew point is in the 70s and it only gets in the 80s at night. Anyway, all of this is irrelevant. Dew point is a serious factor here, and also because I'm by the lake. So I wanted to take, you know, kind of like a really big starry photo because I brought a narrower lens. I only brought the 40mm f2. I wish that I had brought the wider lens, like the 28, because I'm gonna have to take like a landscape. I'm gonna have to take, you know what I mean? Like I'm gonna have to have the horizon in it, because if I tilt the camera lens too high, dew will settle on it. So I can't use, I mean, it's a beautiful clear sky. I'm kind of pissed about that, but I think if I get the dew off the lens and then I can just point it at the horizon, I can probably capture some stars. It's just not going to be a lot. And it is a beautifully clear night. I'll try and get some photos from my phone or something. This is a Nikon Z6. It's collecting the dew. I noticed it on the screen because it has a fold out screen, and I was like, oh, weird. And then it all hit me at once. So I'll keep you posted. Okay, just woke up. It's about 7 o'clock on the nose, and
I slept pretty good. There's only a couple of times I woke up. That was more because of the position I was in. Like I mentioned, I'm still on like a slight incline. So I did wake up kind of sliding down my pad, but ZenBivy, super comfortable. Again, that was the kind of inaugural test of that. I did end up taking a bunch more astro photos until the camera died, the mirrorless, and I kind of screwed up. I'm glad this was a shakedown because I also forgot the extra battery and the extra battery for the camera. So need to bring those things and probably a couple other small items as well. Glad I did this shakedown, but I'm probably just gonna lay here for a bit, make some coffee with the alcohol stove, and then slowly pack up. This whole thing is covered in dew though, so I might need to wait for the sun to come out to kind of dry it out a little bit. But it's a beautiful morning, so. Whoa, just unzip the tent. Look how foggy it is. Wow, definitely chilly. It's about 50 degrees. Yeah, about 50 degrees. Dang. Every once in a while there's a bass hitting the surface. God, I wish I had my rod. It's like misting a little bit. You can kind of see it on my watch. Ooh, can you? Well, maybe you can't. Just misted for a while, but oh well, it's gonna take a while to dry out. I'll get back to camp. I use kind of a nesting cup system, so this is the 450. I use a little 6-ouncer here to pour the exact amount of water in. I pre-grind the coffee to like super fine for Turkish coffee, and then I let it boil over 3 times. That was the first one. Now let's get it again. And that kind of does the mixing for me. I know some people say you should stir it, but I find that this actually works really well for me. Let's get it one more time. And then from here, and then you just pour it off. And I'm gonna let the ground settle there. That's gonna sit for a minute. I'm just gonna pour the rest of that out. And then now I need to wash it. And probably this too, since I'm just a messy idiot. But that's how that works. That's how I make coffee out here. It's the lightest way possible. You don't need any tools, just cups. So this is about all the water I have left. Got about 600 milliliters. I feel like I should have brought my filter or some other way of getting water out here. Maybe just bringing more, I don't know. Like I said, I don't really feel comfortable drinking the lake water because it's probably contaminated, and I don't have a carbon filter out here. I just have like a simple bacteria and virus filter, so I probably need to upgrade that if I was to camp here more regularly. But I'm very impressed. This is an amazing site. You can see just how beautiful it is this morning. I've been listening to the bass hitting in this little finger. What is that? A little finger? Anyway, bass been hitting there. Haven't had my coffee yet. It's pretty beautiful. I wish I could fly my drone, but it's just too wet. I'm worried that it would, potentially short out and fall into the water, and then I'm out of drone. So not going to do that. But at least I got some shots last night. It wasn't a total waste. It's not going to be fun hiking this thing out, though. We'll see. Coffee up. Beautiful. I'm walking to, apparently, I'm walking to the bathroom facilities here. Some beautiful views other campsites have, but mine was probably the most secluded. The only thing mine didn't have was those hangers for food and stuff. But I didn't have any problems. I didn't hear any animals last night, which was super nice. Some of these have grills.
I walked back here yesterday and honestly, I picked the flattest spot. Almost all of these are on like a 5-degree incline. Oh, there's the bathroom. Well, that does it for the morning constitutional. Shout out to these holes in the ground. Let's get back to camp and get out of here. Alrighty. Well, that about does it for camp today. I know the balance on this thing is atrocious, but I can't get that drone to sit further forward, and honestly, I'm not covering that much ground. I'm just covering about 4.5 miles again, so that's fine by me. Usually when I'm doing these trips, I don't have all this camera gear, so I can get away with everything going inside the pack, but not this time. Glad you got to come along. I am probably not going to film as much on the way back this time just because my phone's about to die, and with the hustle and bustle getting out of the door today, I forgot all my batteries, so didn't get as much astro done last night as I wanted. I also did not get to film as much on my phone as I wanted because I had to conserve battery. I've been on low battery mode. I turned my phone off last night. So anyway, great shakedown. I have some clear goals for my next trip out here. And hopefully next time I can do the entire loop over maybe a couple of days, 30 miles. You know, I can probably do 10 a day, 10 to 15 a day, maybe 1 to 2 days. Anyway, so let's get on with it. It's going to take us probably 2 hours to get back to the car. And I'm running low on water. I only got about half a liter left, so let's hit it. Thanks for the memories. Press on. Okay, here at the 4th mile marker, or I think it's supposed to be, there's like a 4 scratched on that. So 4 miles to go. Just did half a mile. It's so humid right now. It's cool, but it's humid, so my glasses are fogging up when I stop moving. Okay, gotta focus. I guess it was just my hustle yesterday, but I didn't see how much wood sorrel there is around here. It's a tasty little herb. It's got a lot of oxalic acid. All right, stopping again. Glasses fogging up. Mile 3. Mile 3. That was a burp. Onward. How beautiful that is. All these elephant ears. This must be a spring, or I can't really tell. I haven't read the sign yet. There we go. Early Anglo settlers. Water and woodlands. Natural spring. Boom. How cool. So the falls must be down there. That's what I didn't do yesterday. All right, let's try not to get too wet. So according to the sign, that is the ruins of some, I think it was either a storage house for the wheat, because this was supposed to be a mill, flour mill, or who knows, a storage house, but it's an old historic building right there, so that's pretty cool. And then, yeah, like I said, the falls are down there, so I think the falls would be a great day hike if you just wanted to kind of check this out. I'm only about 1.5 miles, 2 miles away from the car, so not very far at all. Still keeping about a 25-minute a mile pace. God, I love this time of year. It's just so beautiful. More planes. There's that water crossing again. Ah. Is that as funny to you as it is to me? Probably not. I've been alone for a bit. Okay. All right. Mile marker 2. You can see I'm sweating. Only 2 miles to go. Feeling pretty good. Had a goo. A little bit of caffeine, a little sodium, a little carbohydrates. So didn't do that yesterday. And I think that's why I crashed so hard when I got to camp. I usually am better about fueling myself, but I got to camp yesterday just in the nick of time. So let's keep pressing on. a view. Beautiful lake this is, Lake Georgetown. It's a little bit of construction, but nothing crazy. I was all the way over there. That's where we were camping last night. So a little more than halfway there now. Let's crack on. Sign. We freaking did it, man. Remind me to never bring this again. Always keep emergency water at the car. Because I was out.
Sit down.
I need new winter pants. All right, well that brings this adventure to an end. Definitely a good shakedown. I have some good notes that I have on my setup. Definitely need to tweak some things, but otherwise feeling very good about some slightly colder, wetter weather. I might need to bring an extra shirt since I wetted out my first one and I just couldn't get it to dry with the weather conditions. This one is wool, so it was a good backup, but it would be nice to have maybe 2 wool shirts and 1 wicking one. Yeah, it was just, it was a lot of fun. It was really peaceful. Hopefully you enjoyed it. I will be doing more of these more often. Usually I'm not taking all these cameras and stuff, so I'm also trying to work out that setup. I guess the mirrorless is kind of indispensable for the astrophotography portion of things, but the drone, I mean, I only used it, I barely used half of 1 battery. I brought 4 in the drone and the controller and the case, so it was just a lot. I would like my setup to fit within that 40-liter pack. But yeah, next time, I'll be sure to bring you along with me again, and I hope you enjoyed this. Thanks so much. Bye.